So not far away from the custom fencing and Mainland Poultry Handicap Trot, the feature trot on our program today. One of 4 trots on our 12 race card. Moa Bones walks into the barrier strand, the pole horse. Playboy's brother doesn't really want to walk in, under sufferance by Bradley to make him move in. A few others a little bit niggly. Sundon's Flyer, one of those. Bourbon and Dry. Now Mr. Majestic wants to back up. Dusty Air and hold on to your spurs. The 2 on the 10-metre line. Some of these front markers are so far off the front tape, they're almost on the 10-metre line. They're off and trotting though, and galloping away out wide was Bourbon and Dry, and also Moa Bones from barrier 1 went off stride. Playboy's brother was first out. Sundon's Flyer on the journey fast, right up there early too is Lavros, Texas. About 2 lengths away then too Mr. Majestic. Hold on to your spurs into 5th early as Dusty Air's gone off stride up ahead. Getting through now is Hockey Vanu to be the next horse. About 6 lengths away Feather Boys. Then came Monty Python, who's safely on the journey. 7 or 8 lengths away, Springbank Eden. Dusty Air's back and trotting, but his winning chances are pretty much gone, and he's not trotting well either. In fact, he might be pacing back in the field, and at the back of the field now is Moa Bones, and one more. Bourbon and Dry is another 100 metres away. Off the top they come on their first occasion, 2,100 metres left to run, and Sundon's Flyer in control. Bruce Knee just looking for 3 on the card, leads a length and a half. Lavros, Texas in the trail. Third up on the outside without cover now as the end of a home straight is going to be Mr. Majestic, but helps coming. Monty Python 3 wide on the charge forward. Might not be helped for long. I'm sure Matthew Williamson will be looking for the front here. 3 back on the inside is Playboy's brother, and behind that is Hold On To Your Spurs. 3 back and 1 off for now is Hockey Vanu, a length and a half Feather Boys, and 4 lengths to Springbank Eden. That's your race. The others are a long way away. Moa Bones, Bourbon and Dry, and Feather back then to Dusty Air. Through the straight, 1,600 metres left to trot, and the custom fencing Mainland Poultry Handicap Trot, and the race favourite Monty Python has gone around and taken over. Sundon's Flyer eases to trail. Third on the outside without cover once more is Mr. Majestic. 3 back on the inside is Lavros, Texas. 4 back is Playboy's brother, and the 1-1 set Hockey Vanu. A length and a half Feather Boys follows Hockey Vanu every step. Back on the inside then is Hold On To Your Spurs, and 2 lengths to Springbank Eden. The rest are way out of play. Dusty Air's had another gallop, is back pacing, and Bourbon and Dry galloped at the winning post too, and Moa Bones, they're all out of contention. 1,200 left to run. Into the back straight they move. They're about to complete their first circuit, and Monty Python, the race favourite, off the 40. Leads a length in advance of Feather Boys, who moves around the outside, 3 wide to be parked. Back on the inside is Sundon's Flyer. Mr. Majestic in the centre, 3 wide is Springbank Eden going forward. Back on the inside is Lavros, Texas. The next is Hockey Vanu. Back on the inside is Playboy's brother. And last on the outside of the horses with the chances, Hold On To Your Spurs, 800 left to run. Off the back, Springbank Eden's pressing on here. Outside of it, stablemate Monty Python, who's now dropped to trail. Third, the outside is Feather Boys. 3 back on the inside is Sundon's Flyer. In the 1-1, Mr. Majestic. 4 back on the inside, Lavros, Texas, and Driving Rain. A length and a half away, the next is Hockey Vanu. Back on the inside, Playboy's brother, and Hold On To Your Spurs to its outside as they swing across the top. 450 to go. Springbank Eden brings them onto the turn. A length and a half in advance of Monty Python. Feather Boys the outside. Awaiting space is Sundon's Flyer. Next is Mr. Majestic, and going back to the inside for a run as they come on down inside the 220 is Lavros, Texas. It is Springbank Eden. With the passing lane though is Monty Python. Getting through Sundon's Flyer. Further back then to Lavros, Texas. Monty Python into the lead. Big danger. Sundon's Flyer. She goes swish up the inside. Sundon's Flyer. It's going to be 3 for Bruce Negus. Sundon's Flyer down to the post. Beats Monty Python. Hockey Vanu up for 3rd. Playboy's brother made good ground at the 4th. Followed across the line then by Springbank Eden. Hold On To Your Spurs. Behind them Lavros, Texas. A breakaway. The next on crossing was Feather Boys. Back in the field also would have been Mr. Majestic, who was probably the last to finish. The other 3, Moa Bones, also Bourbon and Dry, and Dusty Air, were all off their game today, and they were pulled up on the journey.